Modern life keeps us constantly seated. We sit at desks, in cars, on couches. Yet, despite all this supposed rest, our bodies remain restless, uncomfortable, and deeply fatigued. Look at this animated diagram of a standard desk posture. The spine rounds forward, accumulating severe stress on the lower back. Meanwhile, the collapsed chest physically compresses the lung cavity, forcing your breathing to become shallow and rapid, while your mind keeps racing. There is a counterintuitive way to reverse this pattern. It takes only 1 to 5 minutes a day. It requires absolutely no flexibility, no stretching, and no sweating. Yet it actively improves your digestion and sharpens your focus. This is Vajrasana, known as the thunderbolt pose. Unlike most yoga postures, which you have to avoid on a full stomach, this pose is uniquely beneficial when practiced in the minutes immediately after you eat a meal. Before we begin, a quick point on safety. If you have severe knee pain, ankle injuries, or recently had leg surgery, you must proceed with extreme caution or get clearance from a medical professional first. Mastering Vajrasana requires zero athletic ability. The goal is to build an active state of relaxed stillness. When you align the structure of your body, your nervous system naturally follows, creating a state of calm. Let's build the posture from the ground up. Start by coming into a high kneeling position on the floor. Make sure to use a soft surface, like a yoga mat or a carpet. Next, check your knee placement. You can keep your knees completely together, or if you need a little more hip mobility, spread them slightly apart. Slowly begin your descent. Lower your hips directly down toward your heels with control, taking your time until you are seated. This schematic shows the exact foot positioning you need at the bottom of the movement. Your feet lay flat beneath your body. Notice how the big toes lightly touch behind you, creating a secure, stable basin for the pelvis to rest on. At this point, you might encounter the first common point of failure. If you feel sharp pain or severe pressure in your knees or ankles, the intention of the pose is ruined. We solve this mechanically. Watch as the schematic shifts to a profile view. By inserting a yoga block or a folded blanket between your calves and hamstrings, you elevate the hips. This reduces the severe angle of the knee hinge and instantly relieves the downward pressure on your joints. Fighting through physical pain keeps your mind trapped in a state of stress. By building a customized, pain-free foundation, you remove the constant feedback of joint strain, allowing the brain to move past the sensation of discomfort and begin the process of calming the mind. With a solid base beneath you, we move upward to the torso. Take your hands and let them rest gently on your thighs. The goal here is a straight but entirely relaxed spine. You must resist the common instinct to forcefully puff your chest outward. This diagram illustrates the second major failure point, overarching the lower back. Notice how extreme lordosis puts unnecessary strain on the muscles. We want to avoid that entirely, allowing the spine to settle into its correct, natural S-curve. Keeping the diagram on screen, we can identify the third failure point. Many beginners carry stress tightly in their shoulders, neck, and jaw. Watch as that tension fades away. To achieve this release, actively drop your shoulders away from your ears. Let gravity pull them down, which allows your neck to lengthen naturally. When stacked correctly, perfect spinal alignment requires zero muscular exertion. Vajrasana becomes a tool to conserve energy, rather than a pose that causes physical fatigue. Now, close your eyes. Relax the small muscles in your face, and shift your entire focus to slow, deep breathing through your nose. This visual represents the internal biomechanical effect of your posture. With your spine stacked, your ribcage naturally pulls open. You have now created maximum physical space for your lungs to expand. This open structure allows for Vajrasana's most famous application. Traditional yogic practice utilizes this pose in the minutes immediately following a heavy meal. By sitting completely upright in this specific alignment, you prevent the stomach and intestines from compressing together. This open posture reduces post-meal bloating, limits acidity, and clears away the feeling of heaviness. This physical stillness, combined with deep, rhythmic breathing, stimulates the vagus nerve, the primary highway of the parasympathetic nervous system. This signals the brain to down-regulate the stress response and shift the body's energy towards rest and digest mode.
Vajrasana mechanically optimizes your breathing capacity while aligning your digestive tract. By using your physical structure to activate these physiological pathways, you actively shift your internal chemistry toward a state of restorative calm. If you followed those steps, take a moment to notice your stability. You are now holding the Thunderbolt pose. The practice protocol is straightforward. Aim to hold this posture for a duration of 1 to 5 minutes, utilized specifically in the window right after you finish eating. Looking at this checklist, your 7-day challenge begins today. Commit to this daily habit. Over the next week, actively monitor the changes in your digestion, the depth of your breathing, and the clarity of your mind. The word Vajra translates to thunderbolt, representing a calm, steady strength. By choosing small, consistent periods of stillness, you build a resilience that protects you against external pressures. Tomorrow, in day 5 of this journey, we transition from stillness back into full body strength and dynamic balance as we learn Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Until then, remember that in an endlessly distracted world, true strength is often the discipline to sit completely still. If you followed those steps, take a moment to notice your stability. You are now holding the Thunderbolt pose. The practice protocol is straightforward. Aim to hold this posture for a duration of 1 to 5 minutes, utilized specifically in the window right after you finish eating. Looking at this checklist, your 7-day challenge begins today. Commit to this daily habit. Over the next week, actively monitor your digestion, the depth of your breathing, and the clarity of your mind. The word Vajra translates to thunderbolt, representing a calm, steady strength. By choosing small, consistent periods of stillness, you build resilience against external pressures. Tomorrow, in day 5 of this journey, we transition from stillness back into full body strength and dynamic balance as we learn Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Until then, remember that in an endlessly distracted world, true strength is often the discipline to sit completely still.